I'm nervous for some reason. I clasp my hands together in front of me as Blue unlocks the door and pushes it open. I look inside and my nervousness momentarily disappears. The first thing I notice is the static playing in the background. I can hear static. For a moment I think my mask is breaking down again, so I touch them to try and clear away the noise. And then I notice a series of televisions lined up along the walls, all tuned to a dead channel. As Blue steps into the room, he deftly avoids piles of papers and books scattered across the floor. Where? I don't see any. It's like, all the books and papers are right where they're supposed to be. Other than someone who's left some sort of weird keyboard axe, pliers and a cricket bat. Jesus, Blue, you weren't kidding. The apartment is small and cluttered. The front door leads straight into a living room just big enough for the line of televisions, a couch, a coffee table and a few cabinets along the wall. Piles of things sit around the couch, which seems to serve as Blue's main workstation when he's working from home on a case. I told you it was messy. You did. We're not supposed to point that out though. To be fair, we were just rude in someone else's house. I believe your exact words were a bit messy. This is a construction site. I mean, come on, the TV's weird, but it's not that bad. It could be a lot worse. God, you should see my old sister-in-law's room. That was the worst thing in the world. It was like a jungle. Try and get through the bed, it was like doing the long jump. Blue laughs and gestures for me to put my bag and coat down on the couch. I take a closer look at the piles surrounding the couch and see that they are stacks of papers and books haphazardly balanced atop one another. I look over at the televisions, confused. Why do you have all this junk? If you collect these, I'm starting to seriously doubt your sanity. Oh, these aren't personal effects, they're work. I sense a shift in his emotions and I look straight at him. What kind of work? Are you a TV repairman on the side? He might be. Blue stares at me unwavering before breaking his gaze in slight embarrassment. It's a personal project. I'm trying to get in touch with the Selenon. Is he an alien sympathizer? Blue gestures towards one of the seemingly busted TVs. They all work fine, but the signal I'm looking for isn't on any channel. I haven't had much luck yet, unfortunately. I'm taken aback. I know he's telling the truth, and yet the truth seems to stretch beyond the realms of his personality. The Blue I know is not one for conspiracy theories or meticulous work done on hunches. I mean, could that be that you don't know Blue very well? That's just a thought I've had. Blue, is there something you're not telling me? No. I might be less than perfect at a lot of things, but detecting lies isn't one of them. I know you're hiding something. Fine, but I'm warning you, it's stupid. Can't get much worse. Try me. A while back I had a strange dream. I know, but this one felt a lot like the feeling I get when, you know, see something? You mean it was a prediction? It's a premonition. Yeah, but I usually predict things a few seconds in advance, and this didn't feel close at all. It was distant. How could that be possible? Who knows? Psychics are still a giant enigma, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was an incredibly powerful force to reach me like that. I'm almost afraid to ask what you saw, but you're going to ask anyway. It wasn't much, to be honest, more of a feeling than anything. There was someone calling for help, calling for me, but I couldn't help them. I just felt so weak. So that's why you want to talk to the Selenon. I sort of feel there's more to it than that. If it's just that, then we can sort of write Blue off as crazy right now, right? I know it's a long shot, but maybe I could figure out what exactly that force was. Yep, you're crazy. Good. Why do I feel like there's more to this than you're willing to tell me? Look, it's no big deal. Just some stupid idea I got into my head. Why don't you take a load off? I sit down heavily on the worn-looking couch, partially out of exhaustion and partially out of shock at the strange revelation. Blue moves into the small kitchen just off the living room. I can see him from where I sit, opening and shutting cabinets. Does he seem nervous too? I mean, you're in his flat, and it's messy as hell. Well, according to the description, it's messy as hell. Maybe he's embarrassed. I'm distracted from that thought as I realise that there's another issue I needed to take care of. Would you like a drink? Yeah, sure. Blue grabs 2 glasses from a kitchen cabinet and then heads over to a small discoloured cabinet in one corner of the living room and pulls out a bottle of amber liquid. I grab my bag from next to me and rummage around in it for a minute, Rhymes. Until I find the clothes I went to the bureau in earlier. I've been wanting to take this disguise off for a while now. I remove the mask and then start to strip out of my clothing while Blue is busy in the kitchen. Unfortunately, my plans take a nosedive when Blue comes in a little earlier than I expected. So, you couldn't have just shouted through, "Hey, by the way, I'm changing. I'd very much appreciate it if you could take a little bit longer this time." None of that. We're just going to do it and hope that he doesn't come in. Great. What cripes! He nearly chokes on his drink and comes close to dropping the other glass as is intended for me when he sees me standing there. What? You're naked! Blue is turned half away from me, but I can also see him sneaking looks out of the corner of his eye. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, I just had no idea you were so bold. What? No, I was just changing, not stripping. Blue's shoulders relax and a grin spreads across his face. You know there's a bathroom for that? Or there are 100 different ways that, like, this situation could have been avoided. I'm just saying. Oh, shut up. I'm even more eager to put my uniform on now. Blue's eyes are making me uncomfortably warm. Then where is it? Right over there. It's through the bedroom. Okay, I'm just going to change properly. I grab my clothes from the couch and walk quickly through the bedroom to the bathroom. Blue's bedroom is surprisingly tidy given the state of the rest of his apartment. As I start changing my clothes, I hear Blue laughing in the other room. What are you laughing at? I say it loudly so it travels through the bathroom door and out to the living room. Oh, nothing, just you. You are adorable. Don't condescend me, bastard. I quickly finish putting my clothes on and go back out into the living room. That's not appropriate. Oh, God. Are you drunk? Adorable. How much have you had to drink? Not much at all. I spit most of it all over the room when you were in your little onesie before. I am not adorable. That's so patronizing. She's on my page. Blue had been laughing silently, but when I say this, he stops laughing and looks at me seriously. You're right. I'm very sorry. Adorable isn't the right word. I meant to say beautiful. You are beautiful. Quickly, my eyes can't roll far enough. Beautiful? Yes, beautiful. Oh. I can't think of anything to say, but my insides are going crazy. I feel like my head is going to explode from the rush of emotions that overwhelm me. Blue seems to see what's going on in my mind. He touches my hand lightly, but doesn't make a move to do anything else. Here, your drink. It takes me a moment to find my voice. I clear my throat. I'll have 4 of those, thanks. Thank you. Let's have some dinner, shall we? Yeah. Blue leads the way to the small kitchen, and I stand awkwardly in the doorway as he begins pulling ingredients out of the fridge. Do you like to cook? Oh, God. Don't tell me you're going to make me cook. There's this brilliant, fantastic game I love called Steambot Chronicles, right? It's really unheard of. But there is a part endgame where you can invite certain people round to your house on dates. And you invite them to your house, and then if you want to cook, they do the cooking. It's not without its faults. I usually don't have time. Good, so that means we can't cook and he has to do it. It can be very time-consuming, but I love it. What the fuck are you cooking every time you cook? That takes, like, a long time. Whatever. There's something very satisfying about working with your hands and using your brain in a different way. Where? Right. I'm still standing stiffly in the doorway. Blue looks over at me and then stops what he's doing. He walks over to me, takes my hand and pulls me farther into the kitchen. He touches my cheek lightly and then places a knife and cutting board on the counter in front of me. You're going to chop the onions. Oh, that's right. This is a domination thing, isn't it? He wants to see me cry. Disgusting man. Blue puts an onion in front of me and goes back to whatever he was doing before. I take another sip of my drink and start chopping. We work quietly at first, but then start chatting about nothing, and before I know it, dinner is ready and I've been talking easily and actually enjoying myself. Not what would happen in real life, because we all know onions are devil's food. We sit down on the couch to start eating. After a few moments of silence, Blue leans over to the coffee table and lights a candle. It's pretty suave. I'm joking, but Blue looks at me earnestly. I'm not trying to be suave, I'm trying to be sincere. By lighting a candle? Something catches in my throat and I momentarily feel like I can't breathe. The moment stretches and in that instant, none of the things that would keep us apart seem to matter. The Selenon, the rebels, even the bureau cease to exist in my mind as Blue's eyes look intently into mine. Finally, I break eye contact. It's too much. I feel overwhelmed by everything. I look down at my plate, which is still half full. Violet? Yes? Are you okay? Yes, I think so. You know what You know that I really care about you, right? This statement startles me, and I look up at him again. You do? Yes. Nobody's ever told me that before, or at least not that I can remember. They probably have. Well, then it's about time. Blue puts his plate down on the coffee table and reaches across to take mine from my hands to do the same. My emotions go haywire as Blue laces his fingers through mine, putting his other hand beneath my chin. He leans in and touches my lips with his gently, then he pulls away slightly and looks at me. Blue. I can't think of anything to say. Instead, I close the distance between us again, and this time I kiss him. I'm just hoping this scene passes quickly. Like, it's so forced. There's barely any time to set this up whatsoever. Like, I don't care about him in the slightest. There is a mystery going on which is so much more exciting than this. I don't want to say daft, but I'll call it daft side story. This time and I kiss him. Blue responds so enthusiastically that it takes my breath away. Before I know it, I'm almost in Blue's lap. As the heat grows between us, my mind is buzzing with a flood of emotions. The little control I had managed to maintain earlier in the evening is demolished as Blue runs his fingers through my hair. It's like a dam breaking, and I feel as though I'm drowning in the sensation. No, I can't. Suddenly, it's too much. I pull away from Blue and stand up quickly. Are you okay, V? I'm crying and I just shouted, no, I can't. Do you think I'm fucking okay? I can't get a handle on my thoughts long enough to respond to him. Instead, I run through Blue's bedroom into the bathroom and shut the door. You didn't want to leave. I lean with my back against the door and trying to catch my breath and get a handle on my emotions. After a moment, Blue knocks softly on the door. V, open the door, please. I don't answer. Please? The tenderness in his voice makes me feel terrible for running away. I open the door and Blue is standing there looking concerned. Hey, aren't we in the bathroom? This looks very weirdly like a living room. Hey. I can't look at him. Instead, I look down at my feet. I'm sorry, there was just too much. I gesture vaguely to my head and look up at him, hoping that he understands what I mean. Don't worry, it's okay, V. It's not, though. Yes, it is. Blue hugs me carefully and I wrap my arms around him hesitantly. We'll have plenty of time to get to know one another. We have plenty of time for this. Do we? I know, Blue sounds like he's on the edge of a mental breakdown. I mean, he pulls back and gestures between us. Come on, let's go to bed. It's been a long day. Oh, still trying to hit on me. I'll sleep on the couch, thank you very much. My eyes grow wide when he says bed and I start to panic again. Blue laughs gently and kindly as he takes in my expression. Don't worry, V, I mean go to sleep. I'll sleep on the couch and you can sleep in my bed. Oh, okay. We're not even going to try and do that thing where we're like, no, you take the bed, I'll take the sofa. Which is like, yeah, sure, whatever. Blue goes to his dresser and pulls out a large sweatshirt. Here, so you can have something comfy to wear while you're sleeping. He hands it to me and starts to leave the room. About halfway across the room, he pauses and turns back. He comes back to me, traces my cheek for a moment, kisses me lightly, and then he is gone, closing the door behind him. I slip on the oversized sweatshirt and flop down on the bed and try to slow my heartbeat. I lift the sleeve of Blue's sweatshirt to my nose. It smells like him, cinnamon mixed with something spicier that I can't quite name. Why have you... Blue smells of cinnamon. What the hell are they washing their clothes with in the future? A strong wave of affection for Blue sweeps over me. I'm worried I might be falling for him. Might be. I think it's a bit late for that. Oh, Jesus. Might be falling for him. Oh, I just kissed him. I feared that I might be in love. I wake up suddenly to the chirp of a bureau transponder. It takes me a moment to remember where I am, and I realise that it must be Blue's transponder, which is sitting on the nightstand next to his bed. Is it going to say something evil? It's still dark in the room, though I can tell that the sun is about to come up over the horizon by the vague, foggy light hanging around the edges of the curtains. I presume that means of, not or. I push the transponder. The signal is the bureau-wide alert to call in all agents. Something must be going down. I wonder if that has something to do with Sandman. I open the door out into the living room and cross over to the couch where Blue is sound asleep. One of his arms is thrown over his head, the other rests on his chest, which rises and falls with his breath. He looks so peaceful laying there, and I almost don't want to disturb him. I touch his cheek gently with my fingers, and he moves so his cheek is pressed against my palm. Just slap him, that'll wake him up. The movement is so endearing that without thinking I kneel down and kiss him gently. Why would you You do that without thinking. You have affection problems. His eyes open, he smiles so widely he looks like a small child on Christmas. Why, good morning, Violet. Good morning, Blue. I look at him, my face still inches from him. He reaches up and pulls my face back to his. The kiss is so deep and warm, and I almost forget why I came out here in the first place until he pulls away. Not that I'm complaining, because this is lovely, but did you come out for a reason beyond waking me up in that delightful way? Oh, come on. You're sound asleep, someone wakes you up by kissing you, and you're going, there must be some ulterior motive here. Man, that's the thinking of a true pessimist. I look at him blankly for a moment before I remember at the chirping responder. Oh, yes, our transponders went off, all bureau call. They just don't want us to have any fun, do they? Blue sits up and touches my cheek in a way I can only describe as wondrously. Before standing up and heading into the bedroom, I hear him go into the bathroom and turn on the shower. I grab my clothes from the bedroom and glance towards the bathroom door, which is slightly ajar. Steam is floating out from the gap under the door and from the gap between the door and the door frame. Don't fucking look in. I hesitate momentarily, but then I remember the earpiece and mic that are still hidden in my clothes. I should check in with Sam, especially if the bureau call was about the Sandman. I pull my clothes on quickly and sit down on the couch, which is still warm where Blue was sleeping, and put the earpiece in. You there, Violet? Are you there? I'm here. Finally, I've been trying to reach you for almost half an hour. I'm sorry, sometimes I sleep. It is quite clearly still a bit dark outside. Sorry, I was asleep. No time for that now, Sandman's on the move. Yeah, I just got an all call from the Bureau. That's information we're giving out freely, apparently. What's going on? Sandman cracked the missile security codes earlier than I thought. He's activated the launch preparations. You think or you know? I know, I just got final confirmation. So what does that mean? It means we have an hour to stop it. Sandman must have all the deactivation codes with him, otherwise he would have never risked starting the launch. If you can get to him and get the deactivation codes, I can stop the missile launch. You have to hurry. Got it. Where is he? In the outer city. I'll guide you once you get into your car. I'm going to take my partner Blue with me. I might need him. Is he gonna... I can't think he's going to agree to that. Right, he's going to agree to that. Yeah, sure. Get more people in. What's the worst that could happen with this collusion? Do whatever you need to. Just do it quickly. And we said that we don't even know Sam. How are we going to bring Blue along? Hi, Sandman is at the missile launch, and they're about to be launched. How do you know that for sure? Well, no time. Like, what are you going to say there? Whatever. Okay. Let me know when you're in the car. I'm going to keep forging ahead in these security blocks. I will. Oh, Christ. A sudden burst of music and he came onto the screen. That mildly made me jump. I take the earpiece and mic off and I'm about to go knock on the bathroom door when Blue comes out of the bedroom. Blue, we need to go. What's going on? Sandman has activated the missile launch. We need to get to his hideout and get the deactivation codes before they launch. We have less than an hour. Is this some sort of new psychic power that you've developed? How do you know all of this? It isn't your business seems a bit harsh. Like, come along with us, son. I'm not going to tell you why. It's fine. I promise I'll get you up to date later. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. For now, will you trust me? Of course, Violet. Of course I trust you. You shouldn't. We didn't trust you enough to tell you. Okay, then come with me. I'm going to need your help. Lead the way. Can I borrow one of your guns? I've lost mine. You lost it? Long story, but I have the feeling we're going to need them. Yeah, just a bit. Of course. Blue pulls one of his extra guns out of the cabinet and hands it to me. Then he puts his own in his holster. I quickly gather the rest of my things and we walk swiftly out of the apartment. As we run down the stairs, I put the earpiece and mic back on. We're on our way. I fling myself towards the driver's side of the car as soon as we hit the pavement and Blue rushes to the passenger side. Sam, we're in the car. Where are we going? We're just not going to explain at all. Oh, Jesus. What? Blue's face and emotions jump up in surprise, but I ignore him and instead listen intently as Sam fumbles around for a moment. You're going to drive south on 3rd, then hang a sharp left when you get to the West Main. Got it. I pull the car away from the curb with a screech and switch on the siren. I don't think I've ever used it before, but these are extenuating circumstances, not drawing attention to ourselves in any way. If Sam is right and the countdown has been activated, we have less than an hour to stop it before things get ugly. Violet, care to let me know what the hell is going on? I already told you, Dr. Alexei, activated the missiles. We have to stop him before they launch. How do you know this information is reliable? It's Sam, the rebel I made contact with. was gonna say that as if it were nothing. He's the one who knows how Sandman's doing. He's managed to hide himself from the Bureau at least long enough to enact his plan. Why does he think you'll be able to stop it? I sigh. I know that I need to be able to tell Blue the truth or he'll never stop to concentrate on the mission. Okay, Blue, listen to me. You know what I said about my cover was still intact? Well, that was a lie. There was a bit of an accident. I was going to report it, but I realized I wouldn't be able to stop Sandman without his help. All of this was saying into the mic. What? I know, I didn't mean to keep it from you. It's just I knew you wouldn't agree. Violet, how do you know this isn't a trap? Do you trust this guy with your life? No, but... I mean, we're here now and it's a game. Isn't this exciting? I trust him enough to believe what he's saying right now is the truth. Well, if you trust him, I suppose I trust him. After all, you're the mind reader. Sometimes I forget. Okay, so what's the plan? Blue pulls out his gun and begins to check its ammo. We're heading towards Alexei's hideout. You stop calling him Sandman. Yeah, I'm tired of indulging his stupid little nickname. It is a stupid little nickname, to be fair. Blue looks at me and I can sense a rising of emotion in him. You're just... I love you, Violet. Don't say that. I am... Sharp left! I nearly crashed the car at the sound of Sam's voice and I quickly turn into the West Main. It's 2 blocks up on your right, the abandoned factory. You might want to turn that thing off before you wake up the whole neighborhood. I do as Sam suggested and turn off the siren. Of course he's working out of a warehouse. He really does fancy himself a supervillain, doesn't he? Yep. More like a misunderstood hero, I think. He had a god complex for sure. Okay, I think I see the building. Yes, I have eyes on you. You're right in front of it. Warehouse? This looks pretty darn gnarly for a warehouse. I stop the car a block after the factory. I quickly get out and Blue does the same. Suddenly, I'm face to face with Blue and I'm not sure what to say. Blue, Don't worry, V, we'll talk about it later. Come on, let's go get this guy. I'm relieved, but at the same time, I can feel a small knot in my pit of my stomach. I want to say something to Blue so he knows he's not alone in his feelings. I just don't know how. Now's not the fucking time! Let's just go! Okay, let's go. I curse my cowardice, but then I'm distracted by the warehouse. As we approach the seemingly abandoned building, I can see the outline of light against the boarded up windows. We found it all right, Sam. Can you tell us anything about the layout? Not much, at least what I can pull up at the moment. I'm not able to fully access the database. What about your sensors? Can they pick up anything? They're designed to track larger objects, but maybe if I refine the radius, tweak a few variables. We don't have all day here. Okay, it looks like there are life signs patrolling the perimeter. Must be defectors who joined Sandman's cell. They'd definitely be armed. I relayed the information to Blue in a quick whisper. It's quiet, too quiet. It feels like we're walking into a trap. I get that feeling too. I know, still, I think our best bet would be to split up and search the building. If you start from the basement and work the way up, I can start from the top and work down. We can meet on the first floor. So you think a good idea in a life and death scenario is splitting up? Good. Well, this is going to end very well, isn't it?